Okay, this is the walk around for the 1989 Honda GB 500 Tourist Trophy. I've owned this bike for about 18 years and it's been in my museum for about 15 years. I bought it from the original owner, who was a Honda dealer down in the Salem area, Oregon. And it's always been stored inside, even with the original owner. So let's walk around and check it out. You see the cowl over where there would be a passenger seat, but it's really not a passenger seat because it's hollow up in there to have room for the little trunk and toolkit and whatnot. And you'll notice that they use really beefy spokes on the front and rear for these tires, that they're probably 25-35% thicker than what they could have got away with, but it was part of the look they were after as well. This engine is a 4-valve head, single cylinder, and it has 2 exhaust pipes, which are one exhaust pipe for each bank of valves. And note the exhaust pipe, how it's slightly golden bronze. If you look at 19 out of 20 GB 500s, the header pipe down about 10 inches or so will be blued from heat. And that's because most people left them as delivered from the factory, which was very lean just to make EPA happy. But the first owner, being a dealer, he rejetted the carbs, and you can see that not only does it run as good as it can possibly run because of the proper jetting, but the engine doesn't overheat and the pipes stay the perfect gold bronze color, which is really desirable. Here is where your oil filter goes, and this is a dry sump engine, as I mentioned. So underneath this side cover here, and this has a 1/4 turn Zeus screw and then 2 push-in tabs, and this plate is a metal side cover, as is the other side, as is the tank. But when you take that side cover off, you have access to the oil tank, again because it's a dry sump engine. And Honda's recommendations are to start the engine, let it run for about 5 minutes, turn it off, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then you'll get a correct oil reading on the dipstick. So you can see the condition of everything, and you'll note that no falling down damage. Note the exhaust pipe, same thing. Important note is that the helmet lock is also the lock for the seat. So you open the helmet lock, that releases the block there, you lift the seat up, and you can see how nice under the seat is, no rust. You have all the original labels are on the entire bike, as are down here, tire pressure settings. And then here's your little trunk under the passenger seat area. And when you take that off, you have room for a very robust toolkit. Very nice, never been used. And I've never even taken the tools out of it because Honda puts those in like a Rubik's Cube, where unless you really pay attention how they're mated together going in the bag, it's really tough to do it without stretching the bag out. I will point out there's a little tiny scrape on the tank, and I'm trying to find it. Okay, so if you look right here, hopefully you can see it, and also a little dent right here, and it's pretty small. It was something soft that hit it, and this was the way I bought it. Something soft hit it though, because the paint isn't damaged, the pinstriping isn't damaged, but that's about the only thing on the bike that's not perfect. You know, you look at all the bar ends, you look at the mirrors, or the turn signals, I mean, you can see that the bike is in very nice condition. And also, you can see the mileage. And notice the condition of the tack. You see how the red line is bright red? It's not sun faded like many of them are that spend a lot of time outside. And this is all OEM Honda here. And little clip-ons. It's really cool. But the bike, if you're over 5'6", is still very comfortable to ride. It's not like a sport bike. When you're riding it, it feels like a standard. If you're 6'6", it might be a little small for you. But the forks are good. The front and the rear tires are like 95% rubber, but they were put on about 14 years ago. So if you're going to roll this into another museum, you're good. If you're going to drive it, you really need to put a new set of tires on because of their age. You know, the tire manufacturers say they time out after, 5-7 years. And if you're going to go out and ride it, don't have, hard old tires. Have new ones. Have an enjoyable riding experience. So I've taken about 3 times as many pictures as I can put on the eBay ad, which is like 20 pictures. So if there's something that you want to see that I haven't shown after you've looked at all the pictures and watched the video a couple times, feel free to ask. When I drained out the treated storage gas from the museum, we filled the tank about 2/3 the way with non-ethanol premium and a little dash of seafoam, just not knowing how long it will be till the new owner gets it. But I have pictures of the inside of the gas tank, and you can see that there's no rust or corrosion. Everything's very nice. This is one cool bike. It's a fun thumper to ride, especially with the proper rejetting. So like when you're sitting on the bike, this is what you're going to be seeing, like that. So ask me your questions. Please read all of my ad text. I try and cover everything, and I provide as many pictures as eBay lets me put on. If you want to see pictures of something else, you feel free to ask if you're a serious buyer. But I'll do a startup now. So here's the choke. It's on. And then I'll be a little awkward here because I got to push the button. Hang on. There you go. You can see it's a cold engine. You're fully off choke, so you can see high beam, or excuse me, low beam, high beam, tail light, brake light, front left turn signal, rear left turn signal, rear right turn signal, front right turn signal, horn. This is one of the really nice features of the bike, is the oil line stainless steel braided. So happy bidding!